I'm Helga from Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking. Today I'm going to be doing eggplant parmesan. This is a dish, I don't make it tons, but we like it every now and again. And of course eggplant is in season right now, so I'm going to do this up. And it's also a chance for you to see how I would do my fried eggplant, because basically that's a component of the eggplant parmesan. And when I did my fried green tomatoes, I had a couple people ask about my fried eggplant, so here's a chance to see the fried eggplant as I make it into eggplant parmesan. So, it doesn't take a lot that goes in it. Pretty simple dish, just takes a little work, and it does take a little time with the way that I do it. So, what goes into it? Well, a nice eggplant for one, and all-purpose flour, breadcrumbs, egg, a little milk that's going to go in the egg, 6 cheese Italian blend, marinara sauce, some kosher salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. So I'm going to show you what I do first, because the first part is what takes probably the longest. So the first thing I'm going to do, the first part of this, is make sure that you peel your eggplant good. When you're selecting eggplant for this, don't get the really big ones. They tend to be really quite bitter. I go for a medium or even smaller size. So the next part that we're going to do, and I think I'll lay it this way, is sort of like the tomatoes. I'm going to sprinkle my eggplant here with kosher salt and let it sit for like an hour over this tray here with paper towels, and that will help extract all the bitter juices out of it so that it's sweeter and it has less moisture, so that it will fry up crispier and nicer and stay nicer for your parmesan. And when we're done letting it sit for an hour to let those juices come down, we'll rinse it off really good, then we'll pat it dry really good, and then we can put it through our mixtures. Now it's about halfway through, and I don't know if you can see all the moisture, so I'm going to flip these over. It's about halfway through our hour time, and I'm going to flip them over and salt this side and let them sit another half hour and get all that extra bitter moisture off. So like I said, I'll sprinkle this side with salt and we'll let them sit another half hour. So I'm rinsing off my eggplant, getting all the salt off, and then I'll blot it dry really good. But I just wanted to show you how much moisture came off of the eggplant from salting it and it releasing those more bitter juices. This will make it sweeter, and like I said, it'll make it drier to fry up nicer. Alright, so we're ready to do the mixture to fry them. I have my flour, I have my egg and milk here, and then I'm going to mix some pepper, a little salt with a teaspoon, and the Italian seasoning, and we're going to just stir that in real well in our mixing dish. And we're ready to coat our eggplant and put them in the hot skillet with some oil and fry these puppies up. So first we dredge it in the flour like that, and put it in the egg wash like that, and then bring it over to the breadcrumbs like so. And then we'll transfer that to a plate so we can take them and put them all in the fryer. And then we're just going to put them in and get them frying. And the undersides are getting nice and golden brown, so I'm going to give them a flip like that, which is exactly what I want to see. Oh, look at that. Look at the nice crust on that. And those look good. I'm going to pull them out and put the next batch in. Those are like nice big beef steaks. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm taking a baking sheet that has, like a jelly roll sheet that has the higher sides, and I put cooking spray down, and then I'm going to arrange my eggplant on the sheet. They're like nice big eggplant steaks. And then I'm going to top with the marinara. And it's easy to make your own marinara, I might add. I'll do that in another, I'll do that in my own homemade spaghetti sauce here in another episode. That's why you go to the extra steps to do the frying to get them nice and crispy so they hold up to the baking with the sauce. And like I said, if you were just wanting the fried eggplant, that would have ended on that plate. And the way I serve it is the way my mom did, was with a little sprinkle of sugar across the top. Delicious. But we're doing Parmesan. So we're going to top it with the sauce and some cheese, and we're going to throw it in the oven at 400 degrees and bake it for half an hour. Oh man, doesn't that look wonderful? Looks wonderful already. Time to go in the oven. They're out of the oven. We'll let these cool a little bit and then you know what comes next. So you know what time it is, and I'm just going to show you. This is such a nice, meaty slice. See how it looks. And this, by the way, doing the Parmesan like this, I'll tell you another one besides the fried eggplant that's nice is portobello mushroom steaks. You can do that this way too, and it's absolutely delicious. So now we're gonna give it a good taste. Time for the taste test, and I let this cool down because it was hotter than Hades. And that's no fun getting a hot cheese burn. So let's try this out. Cheesy. Oh, man, is that good. s'more-ish. You see how nice that came out, all nice and browned. Like that. So that is how to do the fried eggplant, and I told you how I serve it with a little sugar on top, and then you saw how to do it Parmesan. So it's eggplant two ways. And yes, you can do the eggplant, you know, the fried eggplant without doing that extra step of with that extra step of salting, but it really isn't as good, and it's a lot sweeter if you give it that extra hour to salt it and get those bitter juices out of it. It just makes it that much better. You can do it without doing that, but it's just a little bit better this way. So if you're gonna do it, might as well do it all the way, right? So that's my fried eggplant and my eggplant parmesan. Enjoy. Like, subscribe, and join me next time here in Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking.